Alright guys, so welcome back. Had a little bit of an issue. We're behind schedule on getting the CTS-V back together. It is Friday, September 11th, 2020. And so yeah, we're still sitting here like this. What happened was I decided to replace the slave cylinder on the Cadillac. Looks like this one was the original probably to the car. And I had an issue. I tried to break the bleeder screw loose prior to installing it. Thank God I did, because it snapped right off. So I called GM, ordered this. This was $369. Well, not really too bad. I mean, I could have gotten one for $160. And waited a week, but I called GM. They said they could have it next day, so I got it next day. It was originally like 500 and something. I have a really good friend of mine who has an account with GM through his shop, so I got it on his shop's account and got it for cheaper. But as of right now, I am waiting on my brother to get here, and we're going to mate this engine and trans together finally. How we figured out we were having an issue was my slave cylinder was not collapsing, allowing my trans to fully seat against the bell housing. And what I was doing was I had tried to crack the bleeder screw open, and the whole shaft was turning. So I grabbed the shaft with vice grips and tried to crack it loose with a ratchet wrench, and it snapped the bleeder end right off. Then as I was trying to remove the slave cylinder, one of the 10mm bolts snapped into the trans, which luckily it left me a little piece of the bolt. So I was actually able to heat it up and grab it with a brand new pair of vice grips and get that bolt out. So I just found a bolt from the bolt drawer. It was the same threads, same size, threaded it in, tightened everything up. We're good to go. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to get this transmated to the engine. I've got to go and put the titanium valve springs in the cylinder, in the one cylinder head. I've got to clean the timing cover. I have a timing cover for this engine that changes it from the Gen 3, where the cam sensor is in the back of the block, to on the front of the block. So I have a Gen 4 timing cover to make sure that, switches that out and makes it to where I can do that. I also have all the extension harnesses and conversion harnesses as well, to go from Gen 3 to Gen 4 everything. So once, how the Gen 3s, they have the knock sensors up top in the valley. Well, Gen 4 has them on either side of the block. I have the conversion harnesses that are going to plug into the side of the block and come back and plug in where they're supposed to be, and then I just run a separate ground for each pigtail on either side. So I'm just going to ground it to the block, and that'll be that for those. I have the extension harness already hooked in here for the this is for the cam sensor. Just extends it from way back there all the way up here. I've got another extension harness that's on the intake manifold, which goes so I can run the LS3 map sensor, and it converts it to the LS6. If for some reason I can't run the LS3 map sensor because it runs funny, I will switch it to the LS6. Oh, excuse me. I also have, from ICT Billet, I have the 4-bolt to 3-bolt adapter bracket. You are going to have to put a wrench on this and physically twist it up, because it's actually angled back down this way and it won't allow you to hook anything up. So you have to grab a wrench, stick a wrench on here, and twist it up. This is a press-in fitting, so it will twist without breaking. Then the injectors for the LS6 are different than the LS3. See the connectors there, how they're square and block? It's called an EV1. And if you notice that these are EV1 now as well. Let me pull this off of here. but they're originally EV6s. These, you're gonna need these. These are, you can get these on eBay for like $12 for a set of 8 of them. They're EV6 to EV1 adapters, and they literally make your life so much easier, because that right there, you're done. So I've got basically everything going that I'm gonna get done here right now. If anybody needs them, I got a pair of LS2, LS3 gold blade throttle bodies. This one's off of the 39,000 mile motor, the 39,000 mile LS3 that's going in this car. This one here is off of my 2010 SS that has 94,000 miles. Why these why this one looks more rough than this one, I have no idea. They both function perfectly. If anybody needs one, $150 a piece, plus ship. I seriously cannot wait to get this motor and trans in this car. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup on the wiring harnesses though, so I can actually get this in there, because there's no way I'm dropping a motor into that, right? So I'm gonna cut it here. Whew, I guess I'm a little tired today. I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna get to work on getting this harness out of the way and making sure that I can actually get this motor and trans dropped in this way, how it should be. I may end up having to drop the drive shaft out of this car entirely and just install it all back together. Like, I've got the carrier bearing and this half of it dropped. I might as well just, you know, hit the back, drop that out too. So, alright guys, I will see you in the next video.